Well, the crash out of ComicsGate is getting even crazier this weekend as Ethan Van Sciver is now going and virtue signaling against Razorfist. Now, there's a lot of lore that's going on here, which makes this super ironic because Ethan Van Sciver basically ordered ComicsGate not to talk badly about Razorfist just a couple of years ago. It just goes to show that you are, when you're going into the blood sports realm like these guys are, they don't care about anything. There's never any values. There's never any standards. And that's why ComicsGate failed as a movement. That's why we're building something better over here that's actually about comic books. We make comics here. I talk about comics here. And I'm learning because your boy Zach is really frustrated, as we know, that people are not watching his comic book reviews. And so what I'm going to do right now, and I'm going to do this in all my videos now, is I'm going to couch this with something that's going to get you to click. And then I'm going to do my comic book review in the middle of this. And that's how I'm going to get around this, because I want to talk about comic books. I love comic books. This is the real comic book movement. Now, when ComicsGate started, it was my hashtag that went viral, and of course, I was using that hashtag to report on what was going on with your boy Zach. The mainstream industry had become so corrupt, such a small little whisper network, that they were personally attacking reviewers who were not agreeing with their woke nonsense in comics. And they were doing so to the point where they were trying to get your boy Zach banned from Comic Cons and personally attack him in the process. I found screenshots of pros in a hidden secret Facebook group that were doing this to him, and that's where that hashtag went viral and went crazy. Now, because of that, a movement formed of people who were blacklisted from the industry, who were supposed to be conservatives or at least not leftists, who were trying to make comics great again and make comics fun again, that were not having woke content in it. And we were building a movement around that, supposed to be very, very productive, come out with things. I worked really, really hard through this entire thing. And, of course, because I was doing the deal, walking the walk and making great comics on the regular, Ethan Van Sciver decided to attack me, and the rest is history. You've seen it over and over again. He's done it to Vox Day. He's done it to Razor. He's done it to Eric July. He's done it to Yellowflash. Everybody who's making comics and delivering and doing well with it without his permission has to get personally destroyed. He's doing the exact same thing that we started ComicsGate to fight. We didn't want a big whisper network controlling who is the okay and good persons and who's the bad persons to get blacklisted from comics again. That was not the objective. The objective was to work, create great comics, support conservatives, and of course build an alternative culture, build a parallel economy, and that's what a lot of these guys have done. And that's why they're succeeding, and that's why ComicsGate is flailing and failing. Well, now Razorfist is being added to that, and so we're going to cover that today, along with my comic book reviews. So please hit the like and subscribe button, guys, if you like my thoughts on comics and the culture. You're going to love, of course, what we're doing here. This is my newsletter. So important for you to sign up, because this is where I am building our future. And so I've got 9 graphic novels in development right now, working on them very regularly. And I also have a web store. You can get all my books all the time, because I don't play that fake collector game where you can't get the books. I want you to read. Reading is what this is all about, and I want to cultivate a group of readers, and we've got a great group of readers here, guys. So you found the right spot. All these people who were trying to do this before and were calling out culture before and are not anymore, they're just attacking conservative creators, your boy Zach and Ethan, they failed you. They were the wrong leaders, and I was there too, guys. I understand. Check these out. You can get any of my books. They're available on digital too, to make it easy for you. I just want people to read. It's so important. And my newsletter, you get 3 free books for signing up, and that way it's my gift to you. I appreciate you guys being here and all that. So I've been reading Dr. Spectre, The Occult Files of Dr. Spectre. Now, that's what I do. I'm not really your book of the week type of person who's going to the comic shop, because these are all woke people who hate us for the most part. I get some of the indies still. I'm getting Mark Miller's Vatican City with Narwhal. Great book. But at the same time, I'm not going out there and buying Absolute Batman every week, because it's just slop. And they're just, I did a video on this about how they're just race-swapping characters over there. It's like DC Comics hates us. But I love this old stuff back here. This Occult Files of Dr. Spectre is a Gold Key comic. Gold Key was a wonderful company back in the day. I have all of their Star Trek comics. They did a lot of different things that were really, really cool. And a lot of people just, do not pay attention, because if it's not Marvel and DC, they don't know it exists. So this is one of those classics back in the day, and I got the Occult Files of Dr. Spectre Archives Volume 1 from Dark Horse Comics. This is a hardcover edition of it, and these archives they did were really, really cool. And it's really, really sad a lot of these are out of print. I know they're redoing some of the EC comics, but a lot of their stuff, like that's awesome, like this, like Doc Samson, like Flash Gordon, and what's the big one? Turok. The Turok ones are way out of print and hard to find. And these are excellent representations of what's going on. So this is from 1972, and Dr. Spectre is a detective monster hunter who kind of travels the world, and he's got a Native American assistant, Lakota Rainflower. It's really, really funny. She's definitely played as a stereotype, and it would get canceled today. And this is like, I think there's like 6-7 issues in this, as I recall. And then they did a freebie sort of comic where they redid the first issue, like with things, and they put that at the back of this as well because they were trying to get people interested in this book. Really cool. I mean, it starts out, he just hunts vampires and finds some interesting things, and it's interesting. Originally, like the guy who wrote it said that they wanted him to be like a narrator because they liked those horror comics where there was a narrator, like the Mysterious Traveler, who would be like, "Oh, this is what's happening here," and the narrator would be in between panels as the action happened. And he kind of is not a lot of, I'd say, an active hero so much in the first couple. He kind of comes into his own and starts being much more active as the series goes along. But in the first issue especially, which actually they put it at the back of the book for some reason, because he first appeared in a comic which was not Dr. Spectre. It was a different comic, and I don't know why they put that at the back. Was it Gold Key Spotlight number 8? His final original story. No, that's not it. It was Mysterious Comics Digest. This is it. It was a 10-page story, and like I said, he was more of a narrator than he was part of this. But this was a lot of fun. The art is beautiful on this. I think it's fantastic. And of course, this is Dan Spiegel did the art here. And so I don't know much about him or anything like that. But again, these guys like wrote some great comics back in the day that just don't get paid attention to. Why is that? It's the cult of Marvel and DC, and we got to get away from that. That's exactly what we're doing in indie comics here. Now, a lot of people are making indie comics, as I said. Thanks for watching my comic review in between of this. And this is somebody who's not. Ethan Van Sciver has sold a lot of money of comics and is not producing those comics, from what I can tell. It's been months and years since a lot of this stuff comes out, and so all he does is lashes out at creators who get successful against him over and over and over again in his little group over there in ComicsGate. And so he's done so, like I said, against me. It's really sad that he does this. Tried to brand me a pedophile the other day because of one of my he said one of my comics, which is PG, has no sexual content to it. He invented in his mind that it was sexual. And it's like, whoa. But that's what the left does. They always do this. And this is a leftist. Ethan's a fake guy who rode the movement. And you notice he never talks about anything like political anymore. He just talks about right-wing creators and tries to destroy them. And so now he's gone at Razorfist. And this is the next weird step because he's been going at Yellowflash all week. It's not been landing. I think they're losing followers because of it, because it's like, why would you do that? And now Razorfist has come out because what's happened is a couple of YouTubers who are drama YouTubers, Andy Worski, PPP, who are going out there, and they're spreading this information, claiming that Razorfist, again, was doing things illegal, like pedophilia type of stuff. And that's false. It's unequivocally false. It didn't happen. It was impossible for it to have happened. And so it is slander. They're slandering him live on air for drama clicks and trying to destroy him. And very, very sad. Why? Because he's a Christian right-wing creator. That's all it comes down to with all these guys. And then Smash JT, another guy out in the sphere who's been increasingly moving to drama clicks. He's got 100,000 subs. Did the same thing. He started going after Razorfist and all that. So Razorfist made a video clearing it up, and he threatened these guys' YouTube channels with action for libel slander on this. And he showed up, and he actually said something because it was getting to the point where it was getting too much. Now, with all this going on, Ethan Van Sciver, of course, has been very careful not to attack Razorfist. I think he was scared of him. It's really what it came down to early on, because Razorfist, of course, packs a punch when he says stuff. And so he actually had some people in ComicsGate going against him. A guy named Micah C. Curtis was I think he was calling Razorfist a white nationalist or something ridiculous back in the day. And Ethan Van Sciver actually shut him down and told his little Lieutenant Micah there at the time to not attack him. Very, very funny. I've never seen Ethan do that, but this is one of the few instances that happened. And so as things have changed, as now the blood sports are moving along, and as he's attempting to, of course, make his entire channel a Dick Masterson blood sports, we're going to attack right-wing creators all the time and try to personally destroy them because he doesn't do comics anymore. He gets super chats from that. He's now going at Razorfist. He says, I saw this stuff from Andy Worski and PPP. I believed them about Razorfist. I decided I wasn't going to support and promote Razorfist's next comics project to my ComicsGate audience because this made me think he was guilty of the crimes they described. My audience probably would have added 400,000 to a Razorfist project with my promotion. Terrible. 400,000. So this guy's, look at this. It's all about him. It's all about his, I would have promoted it, but now I won't because this looks bad. And it's an attempt to make, of course, people attack Razorfist and the like. And it's really, really sick that he does this type of stuff to right-wing creators and does this type of like fake concern that he does. This is what he always does. Oh, it's fake concern. Oh, I'm just concerned. Yeah, it's so naked. It's so unabashed. It's so evil, frankly, that this should not be given the time of day. And it's very, very sad that to see that ComicsGate's moved more and more in this direction. Now Razorfist is a villain. It's like, oh my gosh. Now Razorfist's book Ghost in the Badlands is freaking awesome. If you've not read it, it is like one of the best independent comics out there, and it made a lot of money, a lot more than anybody Ethan's promoted on his channels. Shane Davis and John Malin and all those guys, they did not come in for that book, the fans have not come in and like they came in for Razorfist. So those guys are all jealous of him, is what it comes down to. And he knows if Razorfist continues making comics, he's going to outpace Ethan Van Sciver on this. And so this is really what his ego does, that his narcissism does every single time. And it's really, really sad. So we need a new movement, guys, and we need to support people like Razorfist, like Yellowflash, like Eric July. This is what we're doing here. We are all in on conservative comic alternatives because that's what our movement was supposed to be. We needed to push back against Marvel and DC. So I've talked about some classic comics. I was telling you what I read and kind of what my influences are. My influences are always like way back because I love those styles from the 60s and 70s. I think they were fantastic. And I don't think anybody's really attempted to do that outside of my spaces here. If you look at my art styles I always choose with my artists, we almost always trying to go back to that kind of style back then. So if you like that, if you like my thoughts and you want to be in this movement, guys, this is new. Join my newsletter. It's in the description below. Get 3 new books and get them for free. Appreciate you. And if you want to support our channel, guys, go to the store, grab some books today. Read. This is where it's at, guys. This is where the new movement's at. We're building something new. It's growing, and we don't need to act like Ethan Van Sciver to do so. Thank you guys very much. Leave a comment down below with what you think. Hit the like and subscribe button. We'll be back soon.